Hey, what's up? Martin here, and in this video we're going to go through the Lego sets that are launching in May. Now obviously with May the 4th it is a very Star Wars heavy month with quite a few Star Wars sets coming out. Now I'll start off with I am not into the Star Wars theme. I love the films, but I don't really do too much when it comes to the actual Lego, so do forgive me if I don't know something or say something wrong. Yeah, I'm just going to go through each and every set that's coming out in May, giving my honest thoughts, honest feedback, and if it's a set that I would be interested in getting myself. So let's start off with probably the biggest set of the month, and that is Jango Fett's Fire Spray class Starship, and that is set number 75409, and it is for 18 plus with 2,970 pieces. And that does come with 2 minifigs, so a pretty decent size set at just under 3,000 pieces, and that is $299.99, which probably sounds a little bit more expensive than I'd have thought for that amount of pieces. It's probably like around, I don't know, 10 cents a piece. That's poor maths, but yeah, so it's, for me, it's probably a little bit more expensive than I would pay for something for that size, but yeah, it's a nice looking set. It's got so I know that my son has Boba Fett's ship, so it's very similar to that, but obviously on a much bigger scale and different colors and whatnot. I'm not too familiar with this set and this character, to be completely honest. I have watched The Mandalorian, and I do love The Mandalorian, but I can't remember off the top of my head who Jango Fett is. I'm pretty sure it's Boba Fett's son. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But these are the 2 minifigs that we get, and it's a pretty decent sized set at 39 centimeters in length. So that's a good, that's a good ruler, well, more than a ruler. So it's got a good bit of width to it. It's got a good depth at 44 centimeters, and it's quite tall at 19 centimeters. So it is a big Lego piece. I mean, if we look here, we can sort of see there. So it is a decent size. From that image, I'd probably say that it's very similar to maybe the Peely and the height of that. Maybe actually bigger than that, to be fair. But yeah, it looks pretty decent. It looks nicely detailed. I like the fact that with a lot of the Star Wars starships, there isn't too many studs on display. There's a lot of plates that are used here to give the smoothed edges. I really like this blue color. And it's pretty cool that even though it is a display piece, there are a couple of minifigs included. You don't tend to get minifigs with the display pieces, so I think that's decent. Personally, I probably won't get it myself because, again, I don't collect the Star Wars Lego, but I can imagine that is going to be a very popular set for adult collectors. $300, quite pricey though, so yeah, we'll see. Obviously, let me know in the comments below if you do plan on getting any of these sets that I go through. Be really interesting to find out which ones you're interested in getting as well. Next up, we have this brick built Star Wars logo at $59.99, 18 plus again. I mean, I don't think it's going to need to be 18 plus. I think it's purely because it's a display piece. 700 pieces, and yeah, that's set number 75407. A pretty nice display piece. If you do have a Lego collection that is themed around Star Wars, then it would make sense to have this, on display with those. Yeah, I think it's pretty nice. It's a nice little set. I don't know. Again, it wouldn't be something that I would get. But I think, like I say, if you have quite a lot of Star Wars collections, if you've got a load over the back, then having that on display might look pretty decent. I can imagine this having some lights around it and just making it look, stand out a little bit more. I do like the fact that it's all plates, so there's no studs other than these couple here. I think that's pretty decent. I think that's good. And for $60, that's not a bad price. I think that's it's a good price. It's a decent price. It just looked pretty good on display. Next up, we have the Chopper C110P Astromech Droid. Now, I can't remember ever seeing this in any of the films or the TV show. Is this the one? I'm not sure if this is the one on Andor. That's what I'm watching at the moment. I'm watching the new series of that. So I'm wondering if this is this the one from there? Again, let me know in the comments. But I'm pretty sure it could be. Pretty sure it is. But that is $99.99. 10 plus 1,039 pieces. Set number 75416. And I actually do like this one. I think it's really nice. You've got this display piece if you want it for display. So if you're just going to display it, then you obviously have this. I like this little minifigure that comes with it as well. Where are we? Let's see if we've got a bigger image of the minifigure, which we don't seem to have. No. But yeah, it's basically just a miniature version of this, which I think is quite a nice little minifigure. Overall, I think this one looks really, really good. I would be tempted for this one because I think it's quite nice. I can imagine my son would be really interested in this one. $99.99 is, I'd probably say, quite expensive. I mean, how big is it? Does it say how big it is? It doesn't actually, does it? So I've been intrigued as to how tall it is. Normally you've got the size measurements there, but we don't actually have them. So yeah, we can't actually see how big they are, which is how big it is, which is a shame. That must be the series it's from. Azoku. Yeah, it'd be nice to have seen how big it is. I mean, we can gauge roughly a minifigure's what that big, so it's going to be. I mean, it's going to be decent sized. So yeah, I would, if my son wanted this one, I would probably get this one for him. I think he would enjoy this build. At the moment he's massively more into Minecraft, but he does have a couple of Star Wars sets, so I can imagine this one would be one that he'd be interested in. Okay, so it's not huge, it's probably like that. So yeah, nice little set, nice little robot. Yeah, that looks massively different proportions to that one, but never mind. Yeah, good set. I think it's a good price. I don't think that's too expensive for the amount of pieces you get and for the enjoyability. I'd say it's probably quite a lot for a 10 plus set. Personally, I can't remember. I haven't really looked at too many 10 plus sets. Next up, we have another Star Wars helmet. I do have one of these. I haven't built it yet. It's currently in storage in my garage till I find some time to do it. And it is the only one helmet I've got, and I know that there's been quite a lot in this, so I didn't know if I could go down that rabbit hole and start collecting them all. But we actually have two new ones this month. The first one is the Jango Fett helmet, which is $69.99, set number 75408, 616 pieces, and again, with it being a display helmet, 18 plus. So very similar to the other helmets. I kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, this might be my naivety to the Star Wars theme, but surely they can only go so far with helmets. I mean, this looks very similar to other helmets that there have been, but just obviously a different color. Correct me if I'm wrong, again, could be naive, but surely there's a limit. But it looks good. You know, obviously it's possibly not something that I will get at $70 for a display piece that I don't actually have many of. Like I said, I've just got the one. I don't think I would get it. There's a lot more sets that I would personally get before this one. But if you are a Star Wars fan and you do already have some of these helmets, then obviously it's going to be a must-have, isn't it? Next up, we have the Rebel U Starfighter, and this is $69.99, set number 75399, 594 pieces, and this is 8 plus. Now, this is one that I think I will get, but not for me, but for my son. This one, I quite like how it's built. It looks really good. He's got the Mandalorian ship, and that looks really cool on his bedside cabinet. So I think something like this he would really enjoy as well. And he can have the role play battles, and I think this looks nice. I just like the way that this one looks, and it looks like it'll be a really good build as well. I like the 4 engines in the back. I like the fact that it's got different build techniques. So you have the it looks like you've got the snots, you've got the the plates. And I think that's quite good for an 8+ set, just to teach him some more, advanced building techniques. I think you're kind of going into the older sets there. So yeah, I think I would get this hopefully for him, not on release date. I'm not going to get it this month. It will be probably in a couple of months time, maybe for his birthday in December. So yeah, but I do think this is potentially one that I will get. I think it's quite expensive at $70 for 594 pieces. That to me sounds quite expensive. Let's just have a quick look. So what we've got, 69.99 divided by 594. So yeah, that's 11 cents a piece. In fact, it was nearly 12, I think. Well, no, it wasn't too far off 12 cents a piece, which is quite a lot. So this is probably quite an expensive set per piece ratio. I know that's not a great way of, working out value, because there are other factors involved, such as the minifigs. But I would say it's quite expensive. So that is definitely going to be a birthday present, or he's going to have to save up quite a bit of pocket money for that. But like I say, it does come with 4 minifigures as well. So you have this robot here. I don't know what this dude's name is. And then you got these 2 dudes here. I remember this one from one of those TV series. I can't remember which one it is. There's so many of them. I've watched most of them, but yeah, I can't remember the names because there's so many. But it's good that you get 4 minifigures. So not a bad set. And yeah, like I say, it's probably going to be one that we will get. Next up, we have Kylo Ren's helmet. Now, I know for a fact my son would love this one. He's not 18, but he would love this one and have it on display just because he is obsessed with Kylo Ren. And it looks really good. I do like the look of this one. I like the printed pieces. I'm assuming they're going to be printed. I would hope that they're printed. It's $69.99. Again, set number 75415, 529 pieces. So yeah, I think he would get this one. How expensive is that one? 69.99 divided by 529 equals, so that's 13 cents per piece, which again is high. I'd say the average is like 8 or 9. So that is quite expensive for the amount of pieces that you get, but obviously it is at 18 plus, so obviously they're going to be more expensive. And yeah, it is an adult set, so it is for display purposes. So I would say that's quite high, but I know that this is a set that if my son saw it, he would want it. Doesn't have any of the other helmets, but he is obsessed with Kylo Ren. And it looks like it looks like a nice helmet. We've done that one. And here we have Kylo Ren's command shuttle. So again, I think my son will be obsessed with this one, but again, it's a display piece, so it's expensive. $69.99, set number 75406, only 386 pieces. Now, you know what? He would like that one. My son would like that one. I like the look of this one, but I would not be paying that for only 386 pieces. I mean, that is 18 cents a piece, which to me is ridiculous. That is probably one of the most expensive sets per piece that I've come across. Let me know if you know of any more in the comments. But yeah, for me, that's a very hard pass. I think it looks really good. I think it looks, it looks really nice, but there is no way that I would pay for that full price. Not a chance. I think it's really, really expensive. And hopefully this is not where Lego is going, because it's going to get more and more expensive. And I think they're going to be pricing out a lot of people. Yeah, it looks nice, but not for me. Not at that price. Next, we have Revenge of the Sith Heroes and Villains Brickheads. So these are $49.99, 656 pieces. Set number 40796. So we've got a collection of 5 brickheads here. We have obviously Anakin as he's turning into, Darth Vader. We have Palpatine. We have a droid. I don't know if that's meant to be General Grievous, is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Obi-Wan, and do you know what? I can't remember his name. I know which one it is. But I am just currently going a little bit daft and can't remember the name. Mace Windu. That's it. I knew it was. Yeah, General Grievous. So my son would love these because he likes General Grievous. He's obsessed with Anakin. So he would definitely go for these. I don't know if I would. I'm trying to start a collection of brickheads. And I think this is probably good value. Sounds quite expensive at $50, but you are getting 5, so technically it's $10 per one, which is lower than if you were to go and buy the brickheads where you only get the 1 brickhead in a pack. So it's pretty good value for 5 brickheads. And yeah, I think I will probably pick this up at some point. I'm not going to get it on release day, but hopefully down the line, as this gets discounted, I will probably pick it up. I like a good brickhead. Next we have the Luke Skywalker brickhead, which again I will get this one. And at $10, I think that's pretty decent. Set number 40795, 138 pieces. So yeah, pretty normal for a brickhead. I think this is a really nice looking brickhead, though looks like it's got the printed pieces. I don't know if there'll be stickers or if there'll be printed pieces, but it looks a little bit more detailed due to the helmet than obviously previous brickheads. So yeah, I like this. I like the fact that as well you've got the eyes, but then you've also got the visor bits to go over the top of the eye, so it's obviously clear he's got a visor on it. I think that's done really, really well. He's got obviously lightsaber as well. So yeah, I will get this one. This is one that I will definitely get. I might even get it when I go to Legoland in May. We will see if I can hide that from my wife as I put it in my shopping basket. We will see. Next, that's obviously all of the Star Wars sets. So there's quite a few. What we've got: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Star Wars sets. So if you are a Star Wars fan, it is potentially going to be an expensive month for you if you have to get them all right away. But yeah, it looks like there's some good choices. There's some obviously adult ones, younger kids ones. So a nice mix of sets. Again, though, I would say they're a little bit expensive. Now, moving on to this one, Mario Kart is basically Mario and his standard kart. It's a big sized display piece. So we're looking at 32 centimeters, which again, size of a ruler, by 19 by 22. So it's a decent sized set. It's 1,972 pieces at $169.99. So it'll be interesting to see how much that compares to the Star Wars things when we look at the price per piece divided by 1972 equals, so that is 8 cents. So 8 cents a piece, which to me is more standard. That is a standard price for Lego, and so that to me, it is quite a lot of $170. It's a decent amount, but it is a big set. And this is one that I will be getting. Again, not on launch of May the 15th, but I will be getting this at some point. I don't have the Bowser. I was gutted that I didn't get the Bowser. But I do like the Mario sets. I can put this one next to the Piranha Plant down there. And start a kind of little bit of a gaming display. I've got the Fortnite sets that I'm building, so I kind of want to create a display of gaming themed Lego. So this one is definitely a must, and it is one that I will be definitely getting. Next, we have the Avengers Endgame Final Battle. So if you are a collector of the Marvel sets, then this is obviously going to be on your list. Comes out at $99.99, set number 76323 with 621 pieces. It's a nice set. I don't have any Marvel sets. I do like Marvel. I do like them a lot, but I don't have any of them. It's quite expensive. It's 16 cents a piece. So yeah, pretty expensive. Probably in line with the Star Wars sets. But what is nice about this is that you do get a collection of different minifigures. So we have the Ant-Man, we have Iron Man, we have I believe that'll be Black Panther there, Captain America, Thanos. You know, you're going to know who they all are. You're obviously a Marvel fan, so you're going to know who all these characters are. This is the Endgame Final Battle. I am surprised that this has come out now. I'd have thought that this would have come out when Endgame came out, because surely Endgame came out quite a long time ago. I mean, I can't remember when that came out, but that is a good few years ago. So yeah, I kind of feel that this set's a little bit late to the game. I'm not sure why they'd wait so long, but it's a nice set. It's good for, you know, kids, 10-year-olds. My son might like this one. It's got a little bit of play mobility there. You get quite a few minifigs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minifigs. So a decent amount, to be fair. For the price, that is not a bad amount of minifigs. So yeah, if you collect it yourself, or if you've got family that collect it, I think this could potentially be a good set. I think it's quite expensive for what it is. Ultimately, you're getting 10 minifigs and then a little bit of a play area. So there's no kind of, I don't know, there's no real building. There's very little there for them to play with, if that makes sense. There's very few parts for what it is. So yeah, it's a nice set, but I don't know. I don't know if it's enough of a set for, you know, $100. That's is a good bit of money. Next, we've got this Keith Haring, I don't know how you pronounce it, Dancing Figures, so a good bit of art piece. So if you are into your Lego art, then this might be something that you want to get your hands on at $119.99. Set number 31216, 1,773 pieces. And yeah, it looks decent. It's not something that I would have myself. It looks like it's a good size, to be fair. It looks like it is a decent size set. I'm not massively into Lego art. I think it looks amazing, but for me to build it, I don't tend to have that much of an interest in it. It might be something that my wife is interested in. I'm not 100% sure, because she does like the flowers, and the artwork looks cool, but I don't know. I tend to not have the patience to do it, if I'm completely honest with you. But it looks really nice. I think that looks pretty decent. Yeah, so not bad. Next up, we have the Petite Sunny Bouquet, which is perfect for the summer months that are now coming here in the UK. $29.99, set number 10347 with 373 pieces. It's interesting that this one is 9+. I'm sure the botanical sections previously were very much pushed towards adults and the 18+ range. So it's interesting now that they are going for a younger audience as well, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think that is a good thing, and I quite like this set. It's a nice flower botanical set. My wife has quite a lot of botanical plants dotted around the house, purely because she always wants me to buy her flowers, and these botanical Legos are a perfect way of me buying them once and them lasting forever, so they don't keep dying. So I do think that I will probably buy this set. They do look quite nice. You got the bluebells. That's as far as I go with my knowledge of flowers on this set, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, they look nice. It's a botanicals building set for kids, so I think that's quite good. It looks just like the adult botanicals, but potentially obviously not as difficult of a build, which I think is a good thing, because some of those could be a little bit confusing. So yeah, I think I will get my wife this, or she can get it when we go to Legoland if she wants. Looks nice. And then finally, we have the F1 collectible race cars, $4.99 per box. And this is basically, from what I understand, this is this series minifig series, which I'll be honest, I am completely gutted about. I am really disappointed about this. I've only just started collecting the minifig series. I can't be affording to go back and collect previous ones. The last one was a nightmare with getting the whole set. I haven't got even half of them, to be completely honest. I do want to start collecting them, and I was looking forward to what the next series might be, and then when I found out it was the F1 race cars, I'll be honest, I am a little bit disappointed, because I don't know what you'd do with them other than them being a display piece. They're not like, minifigs in minifig series where you could get them and you could put them into a Lego city, or you could actually put them into a scene, or you could create little dioramas for each one. With this, you're kind of limited. You're going to collect them and then you're going to put them on a shelf, and that's really only going to attract people that are into F1 or the speed champions and are building a collection of them. I don't think this is the kind of collectible series that your average Joe, everyday person or everyday kid is even going to want to collect. There's no real mystery on what's going to be in that set, because ultimately it's a car that's just a different color or a different brand. And I get it. I get that they are currently doing a big brand deal with Formula One. I think that's a good thing. I think there's some incredible Formula One sets out there that I do want to get my hands on eventually. But what I would have personally probably done is have this minifig series alongside a normal minifig series. So I'd have probably had both running along together. I don't think I'll be collecting any of these. Maybe one or two, but I very much doubt it. I think I'll just wait to find out what the next minifig series is, or try and get some of the previous ones. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you do think. Out of all these, I am probably going to only be getting a couple of sets. I will get the flowers for my wife, I'll get the Mario Kart for myself, and then I will probably get eventually the Rebel U-Wing Starfighter for my son, and the brickheads. So we'll get the Luke brickhead, and then we'll get these brickheads, I expect, at some point. But yeah, let me know in the comments which ones you like, which ones you don't like. Let me know your honest thoughts and feelings. And if you do like this video, please do smash that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.